Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, could you please hit that subscribe button, maybe leave me a like if you're satisfied at the end of this video. Thanks for joining me today, and a beautiful day it is too. Barely a cloud in the sky, it's really starting to warm up. We're getting towards spring now, which is excellent. All our early varieties are pruned and tied down and mulched, and everything's completely finished. So bud burst isn't going to be an issue for us, which is great. I just wanted to go through spur pruning. I promised that video ages ago, but I haven't got to it yet. So today's the day. Come across a patch of vines that require spur pruning because the growth is pretty poor. It's been overcropped and under irrigated. So what we're going to do is cut it back. It's currently got 4 canes on it. We're going to cut it back to 2 and spur prune those canes. The important thing to remember is the total number of buds that we would like to leave is 8 on each arm, which is 4 spurs. So here we go. As you can see, this vine here has got 4 cordons. At the moment we're going to bring it back to 2. I'd like to keep the low 2 and remove the high 2. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to remove the high ones, which is here and here. Those are the 2 high ones. We're going to remove those completely. Cut those away, just pull the middles out so that we've got some area to work with. Okay, so now we've just knocked it back to the 2 low ones, and the total number of buds that we'd like to leave is 8. Each spur has 2 buds on it, so therefore we're going to leave 4 spurs on each arm. At the end here, all 3 of these canes are in a great position to leave the spurs. Remove the underneath ones. This serves 2 purposes. This spaces it out, because when you cane prune, you'll leave a bud there, and you'll leave a bud there, you leave a bud there. They're reasonably spaced out already. They've got this much space in between them. When you spur prune, you are creating 2 canes to come out of a small area. One's going to go that way, the other one's going to go that way. So this whole area is pretty much going to be occupied. Same as if I leave this one. This whole area is pretty much going to be occupied. The removal of the one in between is really, really important. Cut that one away so that these 4 canes have the area that they need to grow. Now I'm counting the basal bud in this particular variety. We're pruning Pinot Gris. The basal bud, although you wouldn't count it while you were actually cane pruning, you'll force it to go a lot of the time when you spur prune. So here I've left 2 actives and the basal bud. That one probably won't go. Here I've left an active and the basal bud, and I would say that basal bud will most likely shoot. So I've increased the area between here by removing that one, and effectively turned this into 1 long internode. And these 2 nodes are going to have 2 canes apiece. So that's 2, 4, we want 8, 6. Now let's create a bit of space again. And we might leave this one because it's in a good position. That's 8. Remove that one also. We've got 2, 4, 6 and 8. I may just leave a nice trunk in the middle, just to make the returning to 4 canes at some stage a bit easier. So we'll leave 1, 2, 3, 4 buds active, and we'll blind the ones down a bit lower. Also, I won't worry about leaving a spur in this particular instance. And we're going to come along to this side and do the same. So going to leave 2. Ooh, remove that one completely. 4. Remove that one. 6. Remove that one. Probably remove that. Probably remove that. And we'll go 8. Remove that. So now we have our 8 canes. They're quite well spaced out. In the middle we've got a return cane for a new trunk. We can fasten that one there. I like to fasten them with a cable tie. That way if you do have someone else tying down, it kind of lets them know that this was left there deliberately. So the camera angle. There we go. Now pull him up nice and straight and attach it to that wire nice and tight. So now we've taken it from 4 canes back to 2, and we've left 8 buds total active on each side, which is what we want, and we've left 4 in the middle. So we've got a nice turn to center new trunk. There are a lot of other important things to consider. That structure for next year's vine. Normally I'd like to bring everything back to center, but I think we can work with this as a new cane. And what we could end up here with is apical dominance, which is where the top ones will shoot really well and the ones below that won't. But that's not always necessarily the case, especially not when we've reduced vigor so much from 4 back to 2. It will most likely, all 4 of those will grow to a degree where I can use the 4 canes on them. So that's spur pruning in a nutshell. We'll probably do the same with this entire panel, bringing them all back to 2, leaving 8 buds on each, thinking about structure and bringing it back to center. So that's it guys, I hope you found this video useful. Please hit that subscribe button if you feel like it, and leave me a like if you think I deserved it. And any comments you'd like to make, leave them down below. And I will see you guys on the next video.